So apparently, the better actor asked the actors who wasn't as good as him at acting to act out a role, which then caused the police to get involved. And then, when the better actor went in front of the police, he was then attacked by some people who recognized him. That was the initial problem that I had, because I'm saying, well, if you had your face all wrapped up, how the heck did these people recognize you? That doesn't even make sense, right? I mean, it's Chicago. I'm really not trying to be funny, and I'm really not trying to be stereotypical, but you know, I'm assuming he had a scarf. Okay, I'm assuming he had a scarf. I'm not trying to, please don't anybody get mad at me. I'm just assuming he had a scarf. I know a lot of people of different sexual orientations that wear scarves, but I also know that there's a good chance that he had a scarf. That's just my point. So if he has his face and his head wrapped up as it is freezing, and I'm pretty sure everyone of every necessarily sexual orientation that would have been out at that time in the morning, there's a good chance that they would have themselves wrapped up. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying no more than that. I'm not trying to make jokes.
Represents the most despised and unfashionable groups in America. That's why bigots doubt his story. The rest of us nod as if this were true, because we're required to do that. That's how dishonest our society has become. Everyone must lie all the time. We know the rules. We have no choice. Meanwhile, our leaders immediately jumped to the defense of this supposedly unpopular person before even hearing the evidence. Within hours, at least 2 presidential candidates had described what happened to Smollett as a, quote, attempted lynching. They assumed on faith that he must be telling the truth. By definition, they smeared anyone who doubted him. They called
Our worlds are in danger. To save them and the galaxy, we must find the 4 cyber planet keys before the Decepticons can use them for evil. It is our mission. Hotshot, Jetfire, Vector Fire, Landmine, Scattershot, Optimus Prime, transform and roll out!
I find it baffling only because he's well known. He may not be a sort of the biggest star.
People know him now.
But people know him. He was on a show that's fairly popular. A lot of young people know him. When this happened, it did sort of trigger a lot of outpouring of emotional support from a lot of different people, from a lot of different producers and intel.
But before we get started, make sure you're following us over at minds.com/subverse, where we've set up a distributed newsroom so you can get involved. We need you to come in, voice your opinion on the new Subverse channel, and share stories you think aren't getting covered enough. If you want to support these videos, just share them on social media to help spread the message. From NBC News, Jussie Smollett blasted by Chicago police for exploiting city's racial divide for personal gain. The head of the Chicago Police Department accused actor Jussie Smollett on Thursday of staging an attack on himself last month because he was unhappy with his salary on the show Empire. Superintendent Eddie Johnson also said Smollett sent himself a letter containing racist language, and when that did not work, he paid $3,500 to orchestrate the attack. Quote, "This announcement today recognizes that Empire actor Jussie Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career. Why would men who hurled racial and homophobic slurs at him in Chicago on January 29th? Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel released a statement Thursday morning saying Smollett put his perceived self-interest ahead of the city's principles, but it will never trump Chicago's collective spirit. If convicted of the felony disorder..."
I will never forget these words. With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.